back now with 22 News in Focus, and our topic today is the work being done by Rachelstable and the support they provide to organizations that supply food to our neighbors in need. Another one of their programs focuses on growing food, especially appropriate foods, to address the needs of the culturally diverse communities in our region. Joining me now are Cara Michelle Silverberg, Director of Intercultural Learning and Land-Based Programs, and Jaimie Waterman, Nutrition Director at the Boys and Girls Club of Chicopee, a partner of Rachelstable in their rescue and garden programs. Thanks so much for staying on the program and joining us on the program.
I'm glad to still be here.
So, Cara, let's start with what is the Growing Gardens program and why was it created?
This program was created in 2021 to target that end of the spectrum that Jody spoke of earlier, where we're not only addressing immediate hunger crises, but we're also looking at long-term solutions that address root causes of hunger.
And how does this program work?
We invite agencies to join in a cohort each year. We currently have 11 agencies part of the program. And each of those agencies receives support in the form of funding for materials to build or expand gardens at their sites. We also provide mentoring through both our staff and our volunteers. And we also provide network gatherings, phone calls, workshops, trainings for them to develop their skills and knowledge sets.
Mm-hmm. And how about your aims and your goals?
Sure, this program, a main aim of it is to provide greater voice and choice for people who are directly impacted by food insecurity. We want people to be able to decide what they want to grow, what they want to eat, what they want to feed their families, to be able to prepare food together and share with their communities, and to really be at the center of their own food futures. Mm-hmm. We also want to be supporting larger pictures of local food system resilience.
And in terms of the garden, you know, how do you assess what size garden, what type of garden?
Every agency is different.
Mm-hmm.
Every agency has its own goals and its own opportunities and challenges. Some agencies have a 2 or 3 bed garden where they're focusing on particular foods that they know the children in their program will want to eat. Mm-hmm. Some agencies serve only adults and may have space just for containers and not entire beds. Some agencies, one agency, Jewish Family Service of Western Massachusetts, that we're working with this year, they're creating take-home gardens. Mm-hmm. It's not about being at their site. Mm-hmm. They work with refugee and immigrant families, and so they're creating herb kits for those families to take home and to be able to grow in their own households. So every agency is really different, mm-hmm. and we work with them to assess what will work at their site and to honestly look at what their capacity is as a staff and volunteer network on their own, so that we can support people in biting off just the right amount.
And so this is a 3-year cycle, so tell us about that.
Sure, so when agencies come in, it takes a little while to just get an idea of what you're actually doing, to figure it out. You might have a goal of how you're trying to serve your community. Maybe your garden is about producing as much food as possible for snack time. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's about providing a safe space for youth after school. Maybe it's about providing socialization for seniors. So when agencies come in the first year, we're really looking at articulating those goals and refining them and helping them to establish the infrastructure that they need to meet those goals. The second year, we're working a lot on building specific knowledge and skill sets. For example, crop planning or dealing with those little bugs. What are they and how do I get rid of them? What are activities that kids might want to do? What are some special culturally relevant foods or crops that we don't have growing that we want to get growing, and how can we grow them in this climate? So there's a lot of that kind of technical learning that comes in the second year. And then in the third year, agencies are generally fairly established, and so then we're really working with them to develop their own financial sustainability plan so that they can continue their projects in the future. Mm-hmm. They remain part of the network after that. No one's kicked out after 3 years. We're a big family. So they still have access to trainings, workshops, and all of that kind of learning opportunity.
And how about community partners?
Our community partners are amazing. We couldn't do this without community partners. We work with a number of different agencies and also partner with NOFA, the Northeast Organic Farming Association, the Massachusetts chapter. Mm-hmm. They provide technical expertise and really support us and the agencies in managing their projects. And one of our amazing partner agencies is the Boys and Girls Club of Chicopee, mm-hmm. where we've just been delighted to work for the last couple of years.
Yeah, so Jaimie, we're going to bring you in now and mm-hmm. have you talk about how the program has impacted the Boys and Girls Club of Chicopee.
So originally we started with Rachelstable in their food rescue portion that they do. In the Boys and Girls Club of Chicopee, we offer a lot of different programs, and one of those is providing teen dinners 3 days a week. So they have been a great help with supplying us with different food items. And then with me being in my nutrition department, I knew the garden kind of went hand in hand, but I needed a little bit of support and education, and it seemed like a big thing to take on my own. So they were able to refer us over to the Growing Gardens, where we joined into that program, and now we have a working garden that, well, last year we had our entire garden that with their support we were able to actually grow stuff and have vegetables and herbs, and create a program, an extra program space at the club for the youth to go out and explore and learn new things. And then also the impact of them just being that support, troubleshooting, the education portion. And this year we're actually expanding the garden, making it way bigger with their support. I feel like without them, I would not have the confidence to do that. So yeah, they've been a huge impact and will continue to be able to do that with it being a multi-year program.
So that's what your involvement, sort of looked like. What do the kids love most about the garden? We had a picture of them popped up, very, very, very cute. So, what do they love about it?
So just getting outside, getting their hands dirty. I think with the garden, it's really nice because they don't really know what to expect. They don't know what they're gonna find when they go out there. So it's kind of like a little treasure hunt for them. They go out there and they connect with their food. They see, oh, a cucumber, and they just can pull it right off the vine. So that's been really exciting for them. And just seeing things grow, being able to kind of go in the garden. So it's just another fun space for them.
And the chickens.
Oh, so we did introduce chickens this year, and it kind of went hand in hand with the garden. And we got them from baby chicks, so that was super exciting for all of the youth. And just another way for them to connect their food in a different way. Like they know what chicken is, but have they seen the life cycle of a chicken and got to hold them and see them as babies? So that's been really exciting. They really love the chickens.
Yeah, and being in a city, like Chicopee, being exposed to, like you said, farm animals, stuff like that, it's really cool for them.
Yeah, and even some of like the basic vegetables that they just don't really understand how it starts. So starting it from the beginning, being able to put seeds in the ground and seeing that they can create their own food. So that's been really exciting and they really love it.
Yeah, and lastly, how can our community help support this endeavor and volunteers? Do we need volunteers?
Always. We always need volunteers. We always need donations of time, materials, money. Those are always the things that can help. And so if folks have particular skill sets, for example, around carpentry for building raised beds or building compost bins or building tool sheds, that's a skill set that's always helpful. If folks just have a lot of experience with growing food and some of that technical knowledge about how to identify what nutrients the plants are deficient in. Those are some of the skill sets that we're always looking for. And we also have big garden build days. We actually just came from one a couple hours ago. And we had a whole group of volunteers out hauling mulch around and building beds. So we have a few opportunities like that each year as well.
Yeah, and lastly, how can an organization apply to your program?
Just reach out to us. Email, give us a call. We're always just looking to find the right fit. It's not so much an application program as figuring out, is this the right fit and is this the right time? Sometimes for an agency they're really interested, but the right time is maybe next year rather than this year. So just reach out. We'd love to have a conversation.
Okay, Cara, Jaimie, thank you so much.
Thank you.